Hi, my name is Harry T, and welcome to Odejuma. Odejuma recognizes the magic of storytelling, from personal experiences to stories of adventure, from tales of resilience to finding joy in the simple things. This story seeks to inspire, entertain, and educate because there is power in the stories of everyday people, and these stories are worth telling. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Odejuma. I am so excited about my guest. If you follow me on Instagram, I went to see Maybe You Could Love Me and I raved about the show because I really enjoyed it. And I have one of the stars, Ashe Jaafaru, on the show today. Hi Ashe, how you doing?
Well, how you doing?
I feel really good. I feel really good. The weather is nice. I thought it was gonna start getting cold, as in typical Minnesota fashion, but it seems pretty good. So I'm doing pretty okay. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm glad it did not try to turn on us like the weather always does here, but it's been pretty warm and still feels very like summer, so I'm really appreciative. But then the leaves are still crunchy, so I like that too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like I was saying earlier, I saw you in Maybe You Could Love Me, pretty amazing play by Theater
Yeah.
Moo. Great storyline, very much needed story that was being told. But before we dive into that, I want our listeners to get a peek into to know who you are. So could you just give us a little bit of a background about who Ashe is?
Sure. I mean, I think I'm pretty courageous in what I like to do. I feel like I get really inspired by my friends and family when it comes to just making art. I feel like those are the people that usually inspire me first or the most. And it's been really fun just doing different projects relating to like film or stage or just people are writing things and they just want to make their own show. It's been really great to just be involved in people's work. And I think that's where I really come from as an artist of just working with people that I enjoy working with and people that inspire me. I've always been really interested in performance, especially being a theater kid, a person that just like grew up watching plays and wanting to be on stage, but maybe being like really like, is this for me? Can I do that? Just being a little shy or a little scared about it, but it's really fun. It's like a feeling you can't even like compare it to anything else. It's really, really fun. It feels like flying to be on stage. And that's why I'm just so excited to just be a part of super, super cool stories, new stories. A story like Maybe You Could Love Me is super, super exciting and really brave and courageous.
Yeah. And he talked
Yeah.
about, being a theater kid and, that is where,
Yeah.
the spark for theater came from. Was there like was there anything that you saw when you were younger on the stage that made you be like, okay, this is what I want to do? Was it a show you saw? Or was it a film you watched? Anything at all?
I feel like I grew up watching my dad's like VHSs that he would always just like store. He just had so many CDs and like VHSs and things like that. He went through like many eras of different actors and things like that. Like I feel like he had like a whole bunch of like Denzel movies and like he went through like Will Smith era, then like Whoopi Goldberg era. So there was always like really cool like standout people and people that actually have done theater too is just super cool to see what their backgrounds were. But I remember seeing a lot of work with Shay Cage. She's another really brilliant artist that works in town, and she's also a director and an artistic director. And she always made her own shows. And like she put up like a one woman show at the Guthrie one year. And I remember just being like so inspired by that of just like, okay, you should use everything that you have just to make something. And it doesn't matter like what the actual end story will be like. It's just the journey of getting to this execution, this story or something that's stuck in your imagination. Just can't wait to get out. So I was always interested in people that did that. And I would say one of Shay's one woman shows was really, really inspiring to me. Super inspiring to this day. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And when did you decide that you wanted to take the leap into being an artist professionally? At what point did that happen for you?
I think probably about college, just knowing that you could actually like study theater arts and just make a career out of it was really cool to me. I was always really interested in like English and like I was in AP English in high school, so that was always fun to just like read literature and text and like interpret and analyze text is something that I enjoy. And I think that's really connected to just what does it mean to do a lot of scene study or character development and think about what your character is motivated by when it comes to just acting in plays and things like that. So I think it just starts from that, just being like super curious about why people are doing what they're doing and see why you do the things you do too.
I know that you also worked on Bad Africans with Ibimina
Yeah.
Dominic Thompson as like the director of that. So what kind of stories are you drawn to as a storyteller? Because I feel like it's very, from what I've witnessed, the little I've seen, it feels very purposeful. But I want to hear in your own words what kind of stories that you are drawn to as a storyteller.
That's a good question. I feel like I'm definitely drawn towards stories that are written by women, trans women, stories that are just super gorgeous and super courageous. I think Ibibina makes very funny stories, and she's just a funny personality, a funny person. If you ever get to meet her and just experience what she does on stage, she's just so fearless, very sad energy, just ready to be adventurous and push herself and her body. And I think it's just really beautiful to see how she just makes stories from her past. That was also a really beautiful example of somebody like growing up, like their character, like growing up on stage. And she did a great job of just acting like an 8-year old, a teenager, then somebody in their 20s. And I feel like that was such great information just to see how you can do that in the body and be very physical and be very specific with like the way that you change your vocal tone, for example, and things like that. Like she's very, very, really just really great at doing that. And it's super, super inspiring, I would say.
Yeah. Are there any works or stories that you're currently working on that, you're excited about right now?
I'm really excited to be super supportive towards stories that people have done. Been really excited to be involved in like short film and helping with like creative directing and casting and things like that. It's really fun to be on like the other end or more of like the producer end, or you're just working with the producer of just like, okay, this is what absolutely needs to be accomplished in order for our integrity of the story to be intact or like to be feel successful. Like we need this person on the team. We need to make sure we're using these motifs or using these color palettes. Like stuff like that is really fun for me. And I got the beautiful opportunity of doing some like assistant directing and creative directing with my sister's short film that she just put out. And we're super, super excited of just what it's gonna turn out to be. It's in post production. So now we're working with the editors. We're trying to get all the sound design down for what people are doing, but it's a super, super cool film that was short. It was shot in North Minneapolis, and I think it's really fun to see what stories are coming out of the Twin Cities. All of our lore ideas are super cool, so I'm super excited for that to come out hopefully next year, hopefully next spring.
Awesome, awesome. And you talked about how there are like lots of cool stories coming out from the Twin Cities, and I feel like
Yeah,
it is pretty exciting to just see. I don't want to say a burst because people have always been here making and
right.
creating, but I think that I feel like I feel like the stage has finally been set. The people are beginning to see how talented and creative many Black queer folks are here in the Twin Cities. How do you feel about not just being a part of that movement, if I should say, but also just witnessing it in all its glory, you know?
It's been fun. I feel like everybody's in their bag and they're doing certain things that are super exciting. Even like people that are just activating space and creating more nightlife opportunities and things like that. Like I think that's always really exciting to see. We have so many talented people and I think everybody is just ready to just see what's been inside of their heads for the longest, you know? I think people are just super excited to put their ideas out there and they're super brave and courageous. And so I'm excited. I think there's been really fun film fest that's been happening. There's been fun like nightlife and dance events. DJs are popping right now. Like the ballroom scene here is just super, super beautiful and inspiring. So I just there's so many things to talk about and so many things people are doing artistically right now.
Okay, cool. I just think about maybe you could love me. It just closed.
Yes.
I I wish that folks got a chance to see it. It was such a beautiful play. I really enjoyed it. Had me. There were lots of parallels. Like I said, it's definitely not my full experience, but there are definitely ways where I can relate to the story
Yeah.
as someone who grew up like very religious, and who is also, black and for me, migrant and queer and all these other things. So tell me
Mhm.
about Maybe You Could Love Me. How did you um get involved with that project and what was that experience like for you?
Oh my goodness. First of all, it was a life-changing experience. Like I'm still processing. It literally closed not too long ago, like just a couple days ago. So it's still on me. It's always gonna be in me, in my heart, because I think it's just so special to just first of all work on a show where it's only two characters. Like technically it is demanding. That was my first time ever doing anything like just two people on stage the whole time, barely leaving the stage. I started the journey about a year ago. I remember acting in the reading of the play. It was just a stage reading at the time with just not all the lights and the sound and the production and all that kind of stuff. It was just a stage reading. It's part of the New Eyes Festival with Theater Mood that collabs with the Playwright Center. And a lot of amazing, amazing stories and storytelling comes from the Playwright Center, and playwrights get to just like workshop their work, and it gets put up, or they take it where they want to take it, or they just get more information after the workshop or the reading. And so that's when I first met Sama, and that's when I first met Katie as a director, I would say. And so that was super amazing. And then like a year passed and they were ready to put the show up at Next Blood, which is an iconic stage for new work to always just it's just a beautiful breeding ground for new work. And at first, I was not going to audition. I'm not even gonna lie, because I was just like, maybe I'm not the best fit for this show. But I'm so happy I did. I'm so happy I got to just be involved in such a beautiful play. I'm just super proud of this production because I think it's super brave. I don't think there's a story like this out there. Been one in a while in the Twin Cities, I would say, that's just like super courageous like this and doesn't care how other people are thinking of it. I think that's something that's super important about the themes of this play when it comes to just queerness and friendship and love and being able to be witnessed by someone. So it's been a journey. It's just been a really, really cool journey just to see it from stage reading to now. It's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said you will always carry it in your heart. Okay, can you talk about a little bit about that? What is it about the play that feels very personal to you?
I think it's just one of those things where you just have somebody that has known you for so long, or like close friend that has known you for so long, and literally you get to see only these two characters and you get to see how these people relate to each other, and you don't really get to see anybody else kind of influencing how they behave or how they act around a certain person. Like I think it's interesting to see how people behave around people that know them very well, whether it's family members, whether it's relatives, things like that. I can just really relate to that, where you're just kind of like completely naked in front of your best friend, or completely just your guard is down. You're able to say those things, sometimes mean things, sometimes super funny things, but they have like some sarcasm behind it, or like mischief, all of those things that like come out of your mouth when you're talking to somebody that you know so well, or like somebody that knows you well or don't, and you realize like, wow, they don't actually know me like that, or like I don't know them like that. That kind of stuff is always so juicy to me. So I just think it's so interesting to just watch two people and like see kind of a tennis match back and forth of how people handle each other and like handle their insecurities and the things that they don't want to show, but somebody else might call them out on. Those kind of things are so interesting. Yeah, I just love it so much.
That is beautiful. The world is very interesting right now. If I can be as undetailed as I can, the world
Okay, yeah.
we're living through very interesting times, and I feel like for me personally, I've been able to find a lot of solace, a lot of comfort in the arts. The arts has been my number one source of joy, comfort, this year in particular. How has the arts been for you personally as you navigate this time? And also, like, why is art important right now? What is it about art that makes it so powerful right now for me to even say that, okay, this has been my comfort through through these times?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like so many arts activists over time have always said like, oh, artists are just they're usually at the center of all of these issues, or just able to pay attention and absorb a lot of information of what's going on in the world and then interpret it in some kind of interesting way. Or I think you truly do have to keep thinking, and you do have to keep questioning, when things are changing, when the facts are changing. You should change your mind when things are happening in the world. What are you doing in your body? How is it regulating or dysregulating your spirit? I think artists are always having to face that and be super forward and upfront with their emotions and how they're feeling about things that are being done to them. So I
Hmm.
think that is super fun to respond in an artistic way. It's nice to have a medium or something, an outlet that just lets you say what you need to say. I think it can be very therapeutic to be on stage. It's not therapy, but it is therapeutic to read the lines of the words you wish you could say to someone, or say to the government, say to the legislation that is happening in your city or state. Like, I think it's interesting to do things in an artistic way, things from trauma, things from your spirit. I think people use a lot of their personal stories to interpret what is actually going on in their brains or what's going on in their mind. And so other people will experience that and know that they can also be witnessed and have an example of their humanity being shown as well. So I think that's also what art does. You should usually see something and be like, this is recognizable, or something about this reminds me of this or that feeling that I had one time. That's usually what people feel when they leave a show. And so I think it's important to just watch something and witness and interpret what's happening in your world. It's just it's almost like a very, like, I don't know, it's like a spectator sport. It's like something that you can consume and then also use and take with you when you leave.
And what is your favorite medium for having those conversations or interrogating those things that is happening in around you? And what is your favorite medium? And I know a lot of artists don't like to choose. Sometimes it's like I want to use all, but
I
what comes
know.
first? That?
I want
So
to
what's
use
your
it
favorite?
all. I just want to use it all. Honestly, I have to be honest. I love music, though. I feel like I'm not even like a music artist necessarily, but I love consuming music, whether it's live band. I'm excited to go to a concert tonight. Like, it's so easy to use your, for me at least, like your sensory consumption. If it's auditory, for me, it just makes sense. I'm just like, oh, and then my body wants to move and do this or whatever. Or maybe I want to scream or something. Like, it's just a great way to access your imagination with those auditory things for me. I really do love performance, whether it's like stage or film. I think I've always been a theater kid and I always will be a theater kid, but I also am just like really enjoying, things that could be edited, and, the editor tells the story kind of thing. So that's super fun with film and things like that. Yeah, I would say those are the main thing. Maybe music and like performance. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Would you ever do a musical? I'm sure you've done a musical before. Have you done a musical before?
Ah, I wish I was more of a musical girly. I want them to put me in musicals for sure. They look so fun. I'm excited to see more musicals. I think I need to like learn more musicals and things like that. But I've only been in one musical. I've been in the chorus, and that was really fun. It was like a original piece about like Pandora's box, and I was like a chorus member in that. But I would love to do musicals. I be getting a little nervous in musicals because they're super athletic, but I always admire like musical theater artists for sure. Yeah.
Um, that's pretty cool. When you look at I know we talked about early on, the Twin Cities scene, the art scene with like Black
Hmm.
and queer creatives in it. But what is like your vision or your hope for the art scene here in the Twin Cities?
I just hope everybody just gets to do their wildest, most biggest projects. Like, I hope people feel like they can always outdo themselves and always surprise themselves in whatever they're doing. I mean, I think this is a response I would say to anybody in any scene, is just like, I just hope you get to do all of the biggest, most brightest, like craziest ideas of what you would love to do to the fullest extent. And if you thought it was too crazy, like, let's make it crazier. I think that's what I will always wish for any artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is pretty cool. We have some fun rapid fire questions for you.
Ah,
So, rapid fire questions for you to get to know you a little better.
okay.
So, the first one is, what are the three songs on your playlist right now?
Oh my gosh. On my playlist right now? I've been listening
Like your
to
most listened to.
I was listening to okay. I've been listening to a lot of Leather Park's album. Even though it came out in December, it sounds like a summer album. So I've been listening to
Mm.
like Resurrect. What else have I been listening to? There's a song called Poker on there. That's really good. I've been trying to listen to some more Rico Nasty. Who else I've been listening to? I recently listened to like Amare's newest album and things like that. That's been really fun. Yeah. That's what I would say. Those are like some top artists that I really enjoy right now.
That's still on the music piece. What is a song that would get you dancing once they play? You know that that's a Raven meme when where Raven starts to dance when she
Nah,
hears that beat. What
yes.
is your song?
And it kind of sounds like a Jay-Z something. Like it kind of sounds like a Beyonce Jay-Z kind of song. I was
Yeah,
like,
it sounds like Crazy in
hilarious.
Love. Yeah.
It does. It literally does. I really like the song Eat by Taywar. I don't know if you know
I like TOR. Pretty cool. What is a meal that feels like home for you?
a meal that feels like home. Probably some kind of rice. I am obsessed with rice. I love rice and stew. I can eat it for any meal of the day. Or it would have to be my mom's rice and stew though, with like chicken or fish or something. But I really like making like a really nice like one pot chicken, potatoes, and like bell peppers, onions, really nice sauce, sweet potato to give it to even like a sweeter kind of just chicken. It can either be chicken thighs, chicken drumsticks, or chicken quarters. Just make it all in a one pot. Put it over rice, like turmeric basmati rice. That's my go-to
Hmm.
meal.
Okay, I love me a rice meal in
Me
all its
too.
forms. Rice and stew. I will eat your rice for sure.
Okay, thank you.
That sounds delicious.
It's really good.
Fried coconuts, village jambalaya,
Yeah, I love it all.
Thai. Give it all to me. What's the
Give it to
rice?
me. Give it to me too.
What is one production that you want to be in?
One projection that I want to be in. I don't know. That's a good question. Probably one that hasn't even been like made yet. Maybe a production I've made that I would like to be in or something else. I love Jocelyn Beale. She's a brilliant,
Mm,
brilliant playwright
I love her.
from Ghana. Yeah, I love her too. So I would love to be in another show by her. I remember seeing Jaja African hair braiding and just loving gorgeous the set was and the costume design is just really beautiful. So it just looks so fun. I feel like her
Oh,
sets are super fun and her shows are like they're quick. You'll be out of there. It's quick. You know the story and it's executed well.
it is. I was like, I do not. I'm steady over it. I'm sure people that follow me or listen to this podcast already know how much I love Jaja. That's my favorite play.
Yes.
Love it, love it to death. Like I bought the book. That's how much I love it. I
Oh,
can.
oh my gosh, where have you seen it? I've seen it in Chicago. I
I
saw
saw
it
it
at
in
Chicago.
Chicago, the Shakespeare Theater
Yes. Okay, so we saw the same production.
in
Dang it.
January. Yeah,
I saw it in February. I saw it right before it closed because I was like, there's no way I can't see this one.
I saw
I
it. I
love
saw
that
it there.
show.
Then I saw it in Atlanta also. I think it was the True
Period.
Color. The True Colors Theater
Yes.
did
True
it.
colors.
Yeah, so I saw it there as well, and it's been good on. But wherever I've seen it, it's been good. It's showing in LA, I think.
Yeah,
Is it
good
LA or
show.
San Francisco? One of those places. It's showing in California, I think. I would want to go, but funds are low.
It's okay. We'll go one day out. Wait, literally, because I remember my friend was just like, "You gotta see this show," and he saw it in New
Yeah,
York. So I was like, "Okay, let me go to Chicago. Chicago's a good go-to city for me to go see some shows."
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Hopefully, Penumbra will put it up or something, or
I
the
hope
Doctor
so.
or
Come
someone.
on,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
bring it back.
Okay, and I was gonna ask you to segue in who is an artist that you would like to collaborate with? So we're talking about the show you want to be in. Is there like an artist that you really
Hmm.
want to collaborate with?
That's a good question. I don't know. I really think about that. I feel like there's so many good ones. Again, like it's super fun to collab with like your friends and family, and I feel like I've been able to do that. So I would say I would like to collaborate with people again. Like, I feel like it would be great to like try new things with the people that I've already collaborated with. But I don't know. That's a really big question. I'm gonna think on that. Think on that.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
cool. And finally, what is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure? Guilty pleasure, probably just like consuming lots of just like podcasts on YouTube and just consuming
Mm.
like reality TV and things like that.
What kind of
Similar
reality
to
TV?
other people.
What kind of reality TV do you enjoy?
I like the things about like families and things like that. Like I really was obsessed with like the Braxton family values and things like that.
Ooh.
Like I love seeing sisters and family members together and all the personalities. But right now, I would say I like consuming this one podcast called The Random Order Show. And they're just like
Mm.
a bunch of guys from Canada that just makes very funny skits all the time. And they're just really entertaining sometimes to me.
That's pretty cool. I'll have to check that out. Is that a random order?
Yeah, it's Random Order Podcast. Yeah,
Okay,
they're kind.
okay. I'll have to check that out for sure. Okay, so you've talked about like, your work, how you started out, your journey, your productions, the productions you want to be in, the ones that you're writing and the ones that your friends are yet to write, that you're gonna collaborate with. But where do you see Ashe Jaafaru in the next 10, 15 years? Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing by that time?
Oh my gosh, I would really love to keep developing my own work or just keep producing more fun and exciting stories. It would be great to do like multiple fellowships, multiple fellowship programs that just help to fund really fun stories, whether they're short stories, whether they're kind of visuals and short clips and things like that when it comes to just film. I can see myself doing a lot more casting and a lot more producing really fun stories that people will enjoy to see. And also writing more. I would really love to write like a full length play and just like go back to just doing that type of writing too. I did it in the past and I'm really excited to do more of that. Yeah, I definitely just see myself producing and just like having like a really fun company that just does a whole bunch of like production, creative direction for like shoots or film and performing as well. Just performing.
Yeah. And you say that the short film is something that is coming out next year, right?
Yes,
Is that the project we should be looking forward to right now?
yes, I want y'all to get excited. It's Don't Ask Me How I'm Doing is the name of the film, written by
Mm.
Ashe Jaafaru, my sibling, and they're based in Chicago, but they came to shoot it here where we grew up um, in Minneapolis. And so it just follows the journey of somebody that is just greeted by their ancestors by the water after having like a really, really tough day and a rough day. And it's super, super cool. There's choreography, there's just really great interior shots of somebody getting ready and dealing with the mundane and like what do you do and how do you problem solve after having like a really rough day.
I'm excited. I'm excited about that. And that you're the director of the project.
I got to assistant direct and creative
Is that right?
direct.
Okay, creative direct. Okay, cool. That's exciting. I really is like, don't ask me how I'm doing. I feel like that I would relate to that
Yeah,
story so bad.
I think you will too.
I need a visit from my ancestors. It's been a crazy year.
Hasn't it been? Yeah, it's
It
like one of the
has.
most testing. Yeah,
See, every part of me has been tested, but
not every part.
every single part of me, but
Yeah,
the universe has got me. So hey,
I think so.
but thank you, Ashe. This was really great conversation. I'm really excited for you and all the work that you're doing and all the work that is to come. I'm excited for folks to get to know you better and know your work and be familiar with your creativity. Cause yeah, it's very inspirational to see. So I remember, I think it's the final act. No, I don't know. That's not the final act. The main act before the last act of Maybe You Could Love Me.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, and y'all were acting your souls out.
Meh.
It was like I was like, this is amazing. This is amazing work. And it shows that you are like a student of the craft, like you know your stuff. So well
Yeah.
done. And
Thank you so
all the
much.
best in everything that you do.
Thank you. What an honor to be here. And you're so inspiring as well. So I'm so excited to just see everything you're doing and to keep up with you right here. I'm
Right
excited.
here. Thank you.
Right
Thank
here.
you. And for the folks who have been listening or watching, thank you so much for staying with us. I will share links to Ashe's work or Ashe's Instagram in the description so you can follow and stay connected. Thank you for watching and listening. Odejuma.